Okay, now on to the next section. Let's see. Okay, so this next section is going to deal with the female appearance editor and the male appearance editor. You know, these are just like the sliders in Second Life. I used to have them to where you could flip back and forth between male and female on this, and it would switch, but because the way the male avatar is set up, I had to actually make them separate. So I don't think it's going to be any big loss between, you know, switching between the two. If you want to use the male avatar, you'll have to activate the male avatar, and they shouldn't be activated in the same window at the same time, because there'll be two skeletons in the window with the same name, and they'll start to interfere with each other. So, but I don't think that particular scenario where people want both the male and being able to switch back and forth between the male and female avatar, I don't think anybody's ever going to really miss that. So anyway, okay, so they work just like the sliders do in Second Life, although you'll notice that our feet go below the grid. When you do that, I don't actually adjust the Z height. It's not really necessary, or I've never found it to be necessary. Let's see. So yeah, all the sliders work just as they do. These are the default settings for the Second Life avatar, or the default, yeah, settings. This is the Second Life default avatar settings. You got the body, the head, you know, you got all the settings there. That you normally would. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see. It's been so long since I've written this, almost 2 years. So let's see. So arm length. Okay. So default. Yeah. So these are the settings for. Okay. Yeah. So these. See where it says arm length 80. That just means that that's the default setting for the avatar in Second Life. Default setting. Okay. While the default setting for the mesh avatar is slightly smaller, and the head's bigger, you know, different things. So so this is what the mesh avatar looks like. This is what the OBJ with nothing set, no, you know, bones in the default position, and everything. That's the mesh default. Okay. This is reset all. Reset all is basically the same as clicking default mesh avatar, or not default, Second Life default avatar. Apply all is applying all the changes that you've made to the avatar, you know, or you can apply them separately. That's the default, goes back to 50, and then this is applying the setting that you have there. So default would make it 50, even though this value doesn't change. This so you can switch back and forth really quick. Or you can apply all or reset all. Okay. Sizes, these are the 5 standard sizes, and they are as they appear in Second Life. If you were to wear those 5 different sizes in Second Life, that's exactly what your avatar would look like. You know, now go to bind pose, puts the skeleton back in the default bind pose position. No, yeah, position. Let's see, Second Life default avatar, image default large. This is exactly how it would look if you wore that in Second Life. And then the bind pose. See, the blend shapes don't change, but the skeleton goes back to the default. So if you were to export out if you were to wear the large female in Second Life and export out your shape as OBJ files and bring it in to Maya, when you hit you hit bind pose, this is what it would look like. It's a subtle difference, but it's, you know, so that's what it would look like. That's why some people have noticed a difference. It's like, no, this is what it would look like, because this sets all the sliders to their values as they would be in Second Life. And this is what the OBJ, if you were to export out your OBJ, because it only exports out the shape, the blend shapes of settings as the OBJ. Not settings, but it exports out the OBJ, but it doesn't export out the skeleton when you export out an OBJ. And these are my different body types instead of having sizes. Hourglass, if you were to make fitted mesh that fits this hourglass figure, it would fit probably about 80% of the avatars out there. And then I have a video kind of showing how to make fitted mesh for my 3 standard body types, not sizes. They're body types. A waif is a waif. You know, small-breasted. You know, so that's a very skinny avatar. You know, most female avatars in Second Life would be considered hourglass. You know, and that would fit probably about 80%, 80-90%. And then you have people who love their breasts to be as big as possible, and that's voluptuous. But I don't know if anybody's adopted my fitted mesh. And now this is for fitted mesh. This is body types for fitted mesh, and you can make 3 different types of fitted mesh. So you would have people. So you'd be giving people 3 different versions of fitted mesh, and 80% of them, the hourglass fitted mesh would work pretty well for them. Just like these 5 standard sizes are not for fitted mesh. You know, they're the 5 standard sizes that you make. You know. So anyway, so this was my attempt to try to improve fitted mesh, and I have a video kind of going out how to rig for those. So you're rigging fitted mesh for these 3 body types. But I don't think it's been adopted by anybody. So, and I only have 1 mesh top that I sell, and I don't make clothes yet, or that much yet. I'm more concentrated on MayaStar. So basically that's it for this section. Like I said, if you're working with the male avatar, you would just click on this one, and it would open up a slider window for that. So awesome! Only a 7-8 minute video. So awesome. So we'll see you in the next video to go over the next section.